Today we have 7 brand new scents from Candle Science. These are going to be some of their new year-round scents. They did come out, I guess I shouldn't say brand new, they did come out like maybe probably around a month ago or so. I've just been super busy, so I haven't had time to smell them or anything or do any kind of review yet. So I have been waiting patiently, but not so patiently, to smell these 7 brand new scents. And so let's get into it. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Nick with the 1994 Candle Co. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I make videos all about turning your candle hobby or side business into a full-time passion. And so if that's something that you're interested in, it would be so great if you would want to keep hanging out and stuff. It would be great if you would hit that subscribe button so that you can keep seeing more of my videos. And you guys know I do this pretty much at random. So the very first one is Redwoods and Moss. For those of you who might be new, I am not the biggest fan of like fancy earthy scents. I sometimes like them, and I would say most of the time I'm just not the biggest fan of them. I wish I was all fancy and cool and liked these super niche earthy scents, but I just usually am not. So we'll see how this one goes. This smells like Christmas to me. Yeah, this smells like a Christmas tree. Very pine heavy. I will say though, even though I'm not like usually a huge fan of earthy, I love a good pine Christmas tree type scent, especially now that we're like getting closer and closer to Christmas. Yeah, it literally just smells like a Christmas tree. I just smell a bunch of pine. Maybe like a little, like a teeny bit of like some like forest dirt, if that makes any sense. Like, you know how like the the dirt in forests, like when you're walking through the woods, it like just, it seems like it's more potent than like pretty much anywhere else you go. Probably because you're like more surrounded by it. But yeah, that's like, this definitely smells like you're just walking through like a pine forest or whatever. I really like it. I do. It's a really good Christmas tree scent. So if you've been looking for a good Christmas tree scent, at least out of the bottle, it smells very Christmassy. Yeah, so first one, I actually like it. Yeah, feels like Christmas. Okay, next up, another earthy one, Palo Santo and Sandalwood. I know that at one point they had a Palo Santo, and apparently a lot of people complained and said that it wasn't like a true Palo Santo. So to be honest, I don't know that I know fully what Palo Santo smells like. I know it's like a wood and stuff like that, but I have had them before, but I haven't had like the best sticks or whatever, if that makes sense, Palo Santo sticks. And so I just don't know for sure like if I've really smelled like real authentic Palo Santo before. So I don't know that I'm gonna be the best person to ask like if this smells like it or not, but we'll see. Well, this smells very similar to what I've smelled with Palo Santo, and I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, it's very woody, like a slight tinge of some smokiness maybe in the background. But yeah, very woody, obviously. It does actually smell very nice. It reminds me of like wood shavings or whatever. Like, we used to have a wood burning stove, and so we'd have to like cut the wood by hand and stuff. But like how a tree smells after you've cut it down, or like after you've like used the chainsaw and stuff like that or whatever, like the wood shavings and stuff. Like that is what this smells like. It smells very authentic, very, very woody, very, yeah. I actually don't mind it. It's probably, I don't know. These are never types of scents that I would personally go for if I was like buying a candle myself. I always tend to lean more towards nice foodie bakery type scents or whatever. I mean, depending on the time of year, but as we're getting into fall and Christmas, for sure, I am much more of a foodie, bakery, whatever type of person. But this one is nice. It actually kind of slightly reminds me of a Santal 26 candle that I got from Le Labo, which I did a whole review on that candle. If you guys want to watch it, I'll link it at the end of this video or whatever. But yeah, it was actually very nice. But this scent like kind of reminds me of that scent. It's not exactly like spot on by any means, but it's like very similar, which makes sense because that scent is a very woody scent. So, but yeah. It smells nice. I don't want to say for sure that it does or does not smell very authentic Palo Santo, but from what I have smelled, I would say it's pretty similar. So yeah. Okay, apparently there are a lot of, or what I assume is going to be earthy as well, but sugar pine and patchouli. Apparently there are quite a few earthy scents in this release. This is interesting. So I definitely do smell pine. I don't know what else I'm smelling. It's not bad. Yeah, I definitely smell the pine. I'm getting like a very small hint of patchouli. Like I don't smell a lot of patchouli out of the bottle. Well, I do smell a little bit more when I smell it directly from here. So that might be why. This would also be a nice Christmas tree scent. It's like slightly toned down on the pine. So if you're not like a super heavy pine scent lover, this one might be for you because it's like it's definitely pine, but it's like toned down, if that makes any sense. It's not like directly in your face, like bam, there's a Christmas tree. Yeah, I'm assuming that's like the sugar or whatever. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure what I'm smelling besides pine. And like a little bit of patchouli. There's other scents that I'm getting, I just can't decipher what they are. But it does smell nice. I honestly need to probably add more earthy scents into my collection just because I don't have a lot of them because like I said, they're just not my favorite personally. And so if I added this, I feel like a lot of people would like it. Yeah, it's like a good mixture of, like it does slightly smell like a Christmas tree. But it's like I said, very toned down in the pineness of it. Christmas is really the only time that I want the scent of pine around. So to me, I know that like some people think of it as like camping or, you know, whatever. To me, it just, anytime I smell pine, I just think of Christmas. Like that's all I think of because that's the only time that like I ever really cared to have pine around or whatever, or cared to have the scent of pine around. Yeah, this one's nice. It's not my favorite, but I wouldn't mind having it. It's definitely like a good Christmas scent. There's definitely some kind of like, I don't want to say bakery, but like yeah, something like sugary or something that's like kind of, which I mean, it is called sugar pine, so that makes sense. But like, yeah, something that's like toning down the pine quite a bit or whatever, that I kind of enjoy or whatever. It's definitely not my favorite pine by any means, but you know, if you're not like a huge pine fan and you want just like little subtle hints of pine or whatever, I would say this would probably be a little bit closer to what you're looking for. It's definitely still like pretty strong, like pretty heavy on the pine, but it's not like so in your face, if that makes any sense at all. So far of the two more pine heavy scents, I do prefer the redwoods and moss scent though. It just gives me very foresty Christmas vibes. Next up, finally a non-earthy one, Velvet Vanilla. I am really interested in this one. I love vanilla scents, but I like have not really found a good decent one to have in my collection. I get a lot of people who do ask for like just a plain vanilla. I did try Candle Science's very vanilla scent, and I could never get it to work with 6006. Like, it just would not give any sort of hot throw whatsoever. But I see people all the time commenting that they get a crazy strong hot throw with it. So I don't know, I tested it so much at so many different temperatures. I even reached out to Candle Science and like they were trying to help me and stuff, and I just could not get it to perform well. So that was a couple years ago, so maybe they've changed it since then, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm more interested in trying out maybe this one. Yeah, it's definitely vanilla, but it doesn't smell like your typical, like it doesn't smell like vanilla extract, which is a huge plus for me. Like, I like the smell of vanilla extract, but I know a lot of people don't. And so I wouldn't want to do that as a candle probably. This is more, there's like definitely something like more sophisticated about it, if that makes any sense at all. It smells like the velvety part, I'm assuming. It kind of smells almost like I don't know, just like a fancier vanilla, if that makes sense. It's still sweet for sure, but it's not like super like it doesn't smell like cake or like super heavy, like really thick sugary buttercream frosting or anything like that. It smells like a fancier sweet vanilla, if that makes any sense. I really hope that this one has a good hot throw, because I would love to add this to my collection. Because like I said, yeah, it smells like a fancier vanilla. Which, I mean, I guess with the name like Velvet Vanilla, I should have expected, but yeah, anytime I hear vanilla, I just always think it's gonna be like super sugary vanilla extract. But this is definitely more like a fancier vanilla. Like, it almost has a hint of like I don't know, it almost has like a hint of like maybe cashmere or something like that in the background. I'm not for sure if that's what I'm smelling, but yeah, I smell something that just makes it, that kind of like elevates it above like your normal typical vanilla. And yeah, I definitely, so far this has been my favorite one. I also feel like Velvet Vanilla would be a really good blender. I feel like you could easily blend this with so many different scents and get so many different combinations. I mean, obviously vanilla is a good blender like in general, so that makes sense. But yeah, there's something about this that almost like there's a slight like cologne-y masculine, like it doesn't, I wouldn't say like it's definitely like, you know, in that category really, but there's just like something slight in the background that almost gives it like just a nice like cologne-y, you know, type scent or whatever that kind of elevates it above your normal vanilla. But yeah, I really like it, like I said. It smells really good. All right. Next up is Wild Honeysuckle which I am interested to see how this compares to their Honeysuckle Jasmine, because I currently have that scent, and it is probably one of my best sellers or whatever. I keep it year round, but it definitely sells really well in like the spring and summertime. But yeah, so I'm kind of interested to see how it compares. Yeah, to me it smells almost exactly the same as Honeysuckle Jasmine. It's maybe like slightly like a lighter scent, like slightly more subtle. Honeysuckle Jasmine is pretty strong, I will say. If you're not a super strong floral lover, you probably would not like it. This one is slightly more toned down, but it smells, to me, it literally smells almost exactly the same. Like I can't tell a difference. Out of the bottle, it slightly has like a slightly more perfumey characteristic. I don't know what that would be, but yeah, to me it smells almost just exactly like their Honeysuckle Jasmine. I mean, maybe like a slight difference, but like I doubt my customers would even know the difference if I like had them side by side. Because I can barely tell the difference. I don't know that I would be able to pick out either one. The main difference is that like this is lighter, like it's slightly more subtle than the Honeysuckle Jasmine. Honeysuckle Jasmine, like I said, very strong. This one is still pretty strong, but it's just not as strong as that one. I really love how like scents go with different seasons, or I feel like how, you know, they go like florally scents kind of go with spring and summer to me. So I would definitely have this like in a spring summer collection type of thing. But yeah, I mean, would I sell this all year? I mean, I guess I technically do. It doesn't sell super well, the Honeysuckle Jasmine, I mean, it doesn't sell super well in fall and winter, but I mean, it does okay. Like I still get a few here and there, but yeah, Wild Honeysuckle, not bad, but smells to me just very, very similar to Honeysuckle Jasmine. But if you're looking for like a slightly lighter option, it might be a better option for you. Again though, that's just out of the bottle. In a candle it might be completely different. All right, and we're down to our last two. So this next one is Midnight Blackberry, which I'm really interested to smell. I usually really like the smell of blackberry, I think. So I guess we'll find out. This one is good. Yeah. I definitely blackberry. Yeah. It's like a very like sophisticated berry scent, if that makes any sense. It smells really good. It kind of smells, kind of like a fancy candy, if that, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I know some people, like when they say it smells like candy, they mean it in a bad way. That's not a bad thing to me. I like the smell of candy. So, but yeah, this definitely, like, it's very sweet, very sugary, but yeah, very blackberry heavy, obviously. I'm trying to pick up if I can like pick up any other notes. I feel like I could be wrong. I haven't looked at the scent notes or anything, but I feel like I'm maybe getting a hint of plum in there as well. Just like a small hint of it. Like I said, this smells really good. I definitely feel like I'm smelling maybe a little bit of raspberry too, which would make sense, just because it kind of usually, they have like kind of a similar-ish scent. Yeah, I really like this one. So far, this might be my favorite, either this one or the Velvet Vanilla. I told you guys I'm kind of a foodie scent person, so these are definitely ones that I kind of gravitate towards more. But yeah, I'm excited about this one. I definitely might try and add it to my spring or summer collection for next year. All right, and last but not least, I am actually most excited about this one. I didn't even know this one was in this collection. Sweet Vanilla Caramel, or caramel, however you decide to say that word. Do you guys say caramel or caramel? Do you say it all fancy or whatever, or are you like me and just say caramel? Let me know down in the comments below, how do you say it? Do you guys say caramel or caramel, all fancy like? Instant happiness. Yeah. Smells exactly like the name suggests. Definitely heavy on the vanilla. Definitely picking up some caramel in there. Yeah, it's very sweet, very sweet, very sugary. This would be a good like Christmas scent or what. I mean, it really would be good year round, absolutely. But like, I feel like this would be a good, really good Christmas scent or whatever if you're looking for, if you're already testing for the holidays and stuff like that, this might be a good one for you. Yeah, very sweet, very sugary. This vanilla definitely smells much closer to like a vanilla extract or whatever. It's definitely very sweet. I'm really excited to test it out in a candle and see how strong this one is. I feel like this one will, because it's pretty strong out of the bottle, I feel like it will slightly mellow out, and I bet you'll get more of the caramel notes in it, because right now I'm smelling a lot of vanilla. But I bet in a candle you'll actually get more of the caramel notes or whatever coming through. I'm trying to figure out, I feel like there's something else I'm smelling besides the vanilla and the caramel. But yeah, the vanilla is definitely the heaviest part of it. I smell a lot of vanilla. But yeah, it smells nice. There's maybe like a hint, like a small hint of like coffee or coffee bean or something like that in the background. Unless maybe I'm just crazy and I really want coffee right now. I don't know. There's definitely something like almost coffee or maybe chocolatey or something going on in the background. Like really, really light. Very, like barely there. Can barely smell it, but it's there. But yeah, there's just something a little bit going on more than just the vanilla and the caramel. But whatever it is, it really works because yeah, this one's a really good scent. Okay, and we're gonna do final ratings from my least favorite to my favorite. So starting with number 7. I'm honestly gonna say the wild honeysuckle is probably number 7, probably my least favorite, just because to me it smells exactly like honeysuckle jasmine, which I do enjoy. It's actually like one of my favorite scents probably, but like to me there's just not a need to have another, you know, if you've already got it, like there's no point in adding another one that smells almost identical, you know? So yeah, of this collection, I would say, yeah, wild honeysuckle, probably my least favorite, just because I don't think it's necessary to have. Number 6, I'm gonna go ahead and say sugar pine and patchouli. It is nice, you know, I would maybe add it to my collection or whatever. It's just not my personal favorite or whatever. You know, I feel like a lot of my customers would maybe like it or whatever, but personally it just smells like a toned down Christmas tree, and if I'm gonna have like a Christmas tree pine scent, I'd rather just have a nice strong one, personally. But again, if you want something a little bit lighter or whatever, this one might be for you. Now that I'm smelling it a second time, I do get more patchouli this time or whatever. I am like picking up more patchouli and stuff like that this time. So yeah, I would still keep it at number 6, but it is nice. Number 5, I'm gonna say redwoods and moss. It is a decent scent, like I said. If you're into earthy, more pine heavy scents, you will definitely like this one. Like I said, I like them, but really only for Christmas time. But that's just me personally. Number 4, Palo Santo and Sandalwood. It does smell very fancy, and I actually do, like, the more that I'm smelling it, the more it's growing on me. So I will say that this one is a decent one, especially if you're really into like earthy, kind of fancier earthy type scents. Like if you're, like I said, it smells very similar to our Santal 26 candle by Le Labo, which is, as you know, a very expensive candle. And so if you're looking for a scent similar to that, like I said, not spot on, but if you're looking for something similar to that, this might be a good alternative for you. And then honestly, man, these last 3 are really hard to place because I really love all 3 of them. I'm looking forward to testing them all in candles and stuff, so it's really hard to place them exactly. I would say probably number 3, Sweet Vanilla Caramel. I do really enjoy it. It's just, it is very heavy on the sugar and all of that or whatever, so it's like almost like sickly sweet or whatever, like almost just a tiny bit too sweet for me, which is saying something because I never say that. I don't think I've ever said that about a scent, but this one is very, very sweet. But I honestly think that this one would just like kind of tone down a bit in a candle or whatever, and I bet you would get more of the caramel notes or whatever. I just wish it wasn't so, like the vanilla wasn't quite so vanilla extract or whatever. I generally typically do like that type of vanilla, but I don't know, something about it with the caramel and stuff like that, it does work, but it doesn't work as well to me if it was like just maybe slightly toned down or like a slightly different vanilla, if that makes any sense. And then number 2, I'm gonna say, is the Velvet Vanilla. It is a very nice vanilla scent that I can't wait to test out and stuff and just see how it does. I think that honestly, if you mixed this maybe with the Sweet Vanilla Caramel, it would maybe tone it down just a bit with the vanilla. Like I definitely love this type of vanilla more so than the one that is in the Sweet Vanilla Caramel. It's just a little less vanilla extracty, if that makes any sense. It's like slightly fancier vanilla. But yeah, Velvet Vanilla smells really good. I would say my number 1 is Midnight Blackberry though. It is, I gotta say, they knocked it out of the park with this one. It smells exactly like blackberry. It smells so good. But that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Let me know down in the comments if you have tried any of these scents out, what you thought of them once they were in a candle or wax melt or whatever you make. Let me know how they performed and all of that, and I would love to hear your thoughts. I would also just love to hear your opinions in general on these scents if you have smelled them or anything like that. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll be hanging out there talking to you guys and all that fun stuff like I usually am. But with that, that's gonna be it for today. So if you guys would like to continue hanging out, there's gonna be some other videos that pop up on the screen, and I will see you there.